1864. I saw her on the hill, sitting with all the others come to see the war. I raised my head and took a bullet in the side of the skull. Her stunning brown eyes followed me as I left my body. 1917. In the thick mustard gas, as I choked to death, she appeared in the endless swirls of smoke. Her soft skin warmed me as I closed my eyes and breathed no more. 1942. I endured the starvation, the abuse, and in the end the burning of the ovens. I endured because she was a prisoner beside me. 1970. Sweating in the jungle, I dashed through the thick foliage, dodging spring traps and bullets until I fell into a tiger pit. As I passed on, I saw her in the shape of the clouds. Her hand caressed my cold cheek. 2009. The roadside bomb spewed me across the desert. I expected no less when I saw her image shimmer like a mirage ahead of me. Her gentle lips kissed my cheek as my heart ceased to beat. I'll be reincarnated again. I'll grow up a healthy boy. I'll enter a war. And when I die, I'll spend a few precious seconds with her. It's hard to have a love affair with death, but I never expected her to be so lovely.
Hey folks, hope you enjoyed that story. Now it's time for the second part of the show where I answer your questions. So, here we go. Okay, there's lots of great advice out there that'll help you become a better writer. But for me, bar none, the best advice I've ever heard are these 6 steps. Read, 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 write, write, write. It's that simple. The first part of this is that you have to love reading. You have to read. If you want to become a writer, there's no other way to do it. You have to like reading. It's like becoming a musician but not wanting to listen to music. It doesn't make any sense. Now, in my opinion, it doesn't matter what you read. You like classics, read classics. You like westerns, read westerns. You like science fiction, read that. It doesn't matter. As long as you're reading, you're absorbing what other writers are doing, and you be a little critical of it. Look at what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong, and how they accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. It's also important that you read outside whatever genre you're going to be writing in. You have to explore what's out there and see how other genres handle the same problems all stories have. How do you handle exposition? How do you handle dialogue and character description? You can learn a lot from other genres, steal it all, and make it your own, and it will make you a better writer. And of course, you've got to read in your own genre. You have to know what's out there, what's been done before, what's new, all of that. Otherwise, you're just reinventing the wheel over and over again, and that's a big waste of time. Now, the other part of this is that you have to write. It seems pretty obvious. If you want to be a writer, you have to write. And you have to write a lot, all the time. Every day you should be writing when you're just starting out. Later, you can back off a little bit and only be writing when you're working on a story specifically. But in the beginning, I strongly recommend you write and write and write and write. Really develop your writing muscles so that you understand how pieces fit together. And it takes a long time to learn all that, so the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Writing will also help you learn what doesn't work, because remember, most of what you write in the beginning is not going to work very well. It's going to pretty much suck, and that's okay. It's really okay to suck. It's important to just barrel through, get the pieces done, then go back, figure out what works, what doesn't, and move on from there. And don't forget that there's an old adage that it takes about 1 million words of crap before you can write something decent. And while that number varies for everybody, the point is the same. You have to write and write and write and write and write to learn your craft. And it is a craft, it's a skill. Anybody can learn it if you put in the time. So put in the time if you want to become a better writer. Okay, folks, that's my answer to that question. If you have a question, leave it down there, and I will do my best to answer it for you. Next time we'll have another story, another question. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe. Have a good one.